Hi, Rebecca. Welcome to If Innovation Could Talk.
Hi, Eve. So delighted to be here. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
You're welcome. Now, Rebecca, you have spoken publicly about the notion of getting comfortable with uncertainty. But let's face it, innovation is full of uncertainties. So what does innovation mean to you?
Innovation is a really important part of our organisation. We started more than 90 years ago on a concept, on a promise of service greater than self and being able to deliver a mantle of safety wherever that was needed throughout the whole of Australia. And part of innovation is courage and being a little bit audacious. So 90 years ago, that was believed to be almost impossible. And yet we find ourselves at this moment with a Rio Tinto PC-24, which is a world-leading aeromedical innovation. And that's been developed and designed with IT and capability from here in WA. We're the first to fly it for aeromedical services anywhere in the world. We're the very first to have it licensed to operate in Australian airspace. And it's a real testament to that in ongoing desire to put the patient at the centre of everything we do. So really, innovation is about being able to see what we might need into the future and really having the courage to pursue that.
That is absolutely fantastic. I love the courage that you talk about. Now, as a CEO of RFDS WA, you lead an organization with multiple stakeholders. So you have to manage that and you have to save lives. And yet the organization has won WA Tech Company of the Year in 2019. How do you do it? And what is your greatest lesson throughout the journey?
We're incredibly proud of Tech Company of the Year, and that raised a lot of eyebrows. And I like to sort of share that 90 years ago, we were one of the original startups. John Flynn had an idea, and to bring that idea to life actually took 10 years. And it took two further innovations. It took the design of the pedal radio from Alfred Traeger to be able to do the communications with the aircraft. And it took capital, which, as any startup knows, is a really important part of the journey. And that came in the form of a bequest from Hugh Mackay of the Sunshine Harvester fame, again, a great Australian innovation. And this is my favourite part of that story. Hugh Mackay leaves £10,000 to John Flynn's aeromedical experiment. So no one actually believed that it would work. And I think that's what's so incredibly special about innovation and leadership, and really having the opportunity to step into the unknown and the conviction, as Australians do, to give it a red hot try and to keep going until we were able to deliver. And that took 10 years. And I think part of that journey is really important for people to remember, that sometimes it isn't a straight line and it doesn't happen overnight, and you do need to be able to persevere and keep at it.
You know, I just love it how it started and how 90 years later you are still, everyone is still living this legacy and benefiting from it. So now that we're 90 years later, what is one piece of advice you would share with the audience about coping with uncertainties and having the courage to innovate?
I think, Eve, you need to have a really good sense of humour. I think it does help, and a sense that sometimes, despite our very best efforts, things don't work the way that we would want them to. And the most important part of any aspect of that is the group of people, the team around you. It's my immense privilege to lead extraordinary people who are doing incredible things each and every day. And indeed, throughout the entire COVID-19 pandemic, our team has stepped up and continues to provide aeromedical services. We've done more than 122 confirmed or suspected COVID-19 transfers. And what I've learned, and what's so important, is the strength of all of us together, that not one person can do this, but actually all of us together can deliver on that change and the innovation that we need.
Rebecca, I can't help actually asking one last question. Given all the amazing work that you do, what is one thing that the community can do to support RFDS WA?
Such a lovely question, Eva. We're so very, very privileged to be part of the WA community who continue to show their generosity year after year. I've just recently returned from the Goldfields where we did a charity fundraiser in the lead up to Diggers and Dealers, raising more than $110,000 on the night. Very special, and what we would ask of all West Australians is just to continue to provide that level of advocacy and to tell our stories and to share what the Royal Flying Doctor Service means to them.
Well, you can count on us to do that for you and your team. Thank you so much, Rebecca.